I am so excited. I have Holly here, the blue bi wife, and we just met at a swingers lifestyle, pretty much a play party, which is a sex party. And we're going to get into what it's like being in the lifestyle, also being married with kids, and kind of share some of our really juicy details of our stories and how we met. So to introduce you, tell, the followers, audience, a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a mom of three, a business owner. I've been in lifestyle for about a year and a half, full time. I was in it a little bit prior, before kids, and yeah, we just got back into it.
Ooh, okay. So how long have you been married?
I've been married 11 years, and me and my husband are high school sweethearts. We've been together since we were 16 years old.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Was it just like high school sweethearts and then you were just together the whole time? Did you also date in between?
Nope, we met each other actually just in the pig pen. We were showing pigs and went to a barn dance, and the rest is history, I guess. And we've been together since, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Okay, well, she's the exception to most rules. I love that. He is a great guy. I did meet him. So really awesome. And then you said you were in the lifestyle before, and just to let you guys know, anybody who doesn't know, lifestyle is more open. It's more communicative. Sometimes your spouse or husband or partner, you guys play with other people, and there's different rules for different people. How would you explain the lifestyle?
I would say our rules would just be, as long as we're safe, we always come back to each other, and we always put each other first. We're just really open, and yeah, we're just enjoying life. That's our rules, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so yeah, lifestyle can be very different for different people. There's open, there's poly, there's kind of like don't ask, don't tell. I wouldn't really include that in the lifestyle. Lifestyle is supposed to be more communicative, honest, open, and truthful, usually, is what I found.
I would say we're swingers that turned poly.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. See, poly is hard for me to fathom, but I bet it could change into that with a really good foundation and with trust and maybe a longer relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a journey for sure, but it's an awesome journey. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So what got you into the lifestyle and being more open in your marriage?
Well, we had an experience before kids, and yeah, it was pretty hot. I mean, do you want to go in more detail about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us.
So yeah, we had an unexpected threesome with my husband's best friend. Yeah, in a hot tub, and yeah, he was just getting done with a divorce, and he came over to vent, and we were just being great friends, and my husband was there, and we were just all in enjoying the hot tub, I guess. Sorry, I'm getting nervous. But yeah, no, he was our friend at the time. His name is Tyler. He's open, so we're good. He was just talking about how great of a wife I was, and how hot I was, and how he wishes his wife would have been like that. And yeah, my husband was like, yeah, she's pretty awesome, and kind of grabbed me, and he was like, ooh, can I watch? And I don't know, one thing led to another, and before I know it, I had a threesome, my very first threesome, and it was amazing.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so you guys were just getting down together, just you and your husband, and then how did it morph into a threesome?
Well, just first it was just watching, and then as it got hotter, the hands started getting closer, and then we started liking that, and my husband was okay with it, and yeah, things started going places.
Ooh.
And yeah, it was great.
Okay, so what was the after?
Oh, it was bad. It was really bad.
No, let's cover that a little bit, because I will say I started one of my past relationships, and getting into it was tough, because jealousy is normal.
Yeah.
We're humans.
Yeah.
And there's feelings and there's emotions, and you kind of have to deal with it, and you have to learn how to communicate and be vulnerable and honestly just talk a lot more.
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me a little bit about what happened.
So I think I felt a lot of guilt and shame at first, just because it was another guy, and it just, it felt, we were Mormon at the time, we can go into that also, but I was worried that he was going to be super jealous and look at me differently, and I felt more shame and stuff, but he was actually more turned on and thought it was hot. So that was a lot of, so it was like, that was like, oh, are we supposed to be doing that? But also it was really great. And me also having to accept that, like, it is great. And him having to, there's a lot of emotions there. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, shame is a big one.
Yeah.
With one of my past relationships, I also felt sometimes that maybe he was jealous or he was getting insecure or felt shame for it, even though he loved it. Mm-hmm. And it was just my own shame, thoughts, insecurity. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that? What kind of brought you to the other side of, like, communication and, like, being, I don't know, feeling better?
I mean, it took me, for the first several times, I mean, obviously it was really good. I always felt a little bit ashamed afterwards. And then every time, like, we'd be like, oh, we're not going to do this again. And then it's just crazy because every time we'd have sex, it was like, remember that, remember what he did, remember that. And then it would just be so hot. And it was just hard to, like, not remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just, like, the visuals while you're fucking. Yeah. You're like, oh, did you like when he did this or you did this? Mm-hmm. Oh, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've definitely done that. Oh, did you like when I'm fucking you and your mouth is around his cock?
Yeah.
It's hot. And you're like, uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Is that okay? Uh-huh.
You're like, let's do it again. Okay.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Yeah. Okay, so I bet a lot of the viewers are wondering, how do you manage being the lifestyle with kids?
I mean, I don't feel like it's any different. Otherwise, just we can't go out all the time. We have to plan ahead. We have to make sure we have a babysitter. We're very fortunate to have a mother-in-law that really helps out a lot. But we definitely have to plan ahead. We're not just like, it's not like a lot of other people where there's like, let's go out tonight. We're like, we're going to go out on the March 3rd at this time. And we got to, that's what you just got to plan ahead. You got to make time for yourself so you can have those experiences. Yeah.
Yeah. And are you at all afraid that they will find out or change some type of dynamic?
They're used to having, like, a lot of our friends around. We do have a rule where we don't, like, any of our people, like, now that we're starting to date, that they don't meet our kids for a year, just so we just don't introduce different people. When it comes to people meeting our kids, if they already have kids, then it's easier for us to just, it's just another parent with kids. And that's easy. I mean, one of our sons does ask, like, oh, are you going on a date with, Tessa tonight? And we're like, yeah. And he's like, cool. And it's like, whatever. Like, I hope that he just realizes that there's different relationships out there. And, I want to be open. I don't want to hide it, but I also don't want to throw it in his face either.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Because I've interviewed other poly people that are having multiple relationships with their kids. Mm-hmm. And the thing is kids don't know any different. We know different because of how we were raised. Yeah. So, if anything, you guys are happier, there's more support, there's more love, especially with poly families, there's more love, there's more support. Yeah. So, kids don't really know any different. No. They're not like, oh yeah, mom and dad is having sex. Like, that's bad. They're bad people. No. And I'm just talking about, like, hetero relationships. Yeah. Like, oh, what if your kids found out that you're having sex?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. That's terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I just forgot. I didn't take my shot.
Oh, take it.
Okay, I'm taking my shot.
I already took mine. So.
Cheers. She already took hers.
Yeah.
I was like, you can have another little taste.
Oh. There you go.
Yeah, that was a big shot.
Yeah.
Tequila, obviously. Okay, so you did this in a very different way than a lot of other couples do. Okay. Where, they usually bring in the women first, and it's all about women, and it's kind of a double standard where the women can't fuck other men, but the man can fuck other women. Yep. I would love to hear your thoughts on this.
Well, I feel like I was a mom, and, like, when we first started in the lifestyle, I was not a mom. And so, but I was jealous, there's no doubt. Like, okay. I never could think that my husband be with another woman. Yeah. But then once, like, we started exploring, and then, I realized that I liked women, it was easier for me to bring in a woman, especially once I started feeling more confident and stuff. And then I ended up having my first orgasm ever at a play party with a girl, which is funny because I never really had an orgasm with a guy at a play party just because, like, everything's going on and, like, it takes me a while to orgasm, but, like, women have a special touch, and that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. let's talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so you didn't ever think that you would be into women before? You didn't think you were bi?
No, and I grew up Mormon and stuff, and so like you just don't do that like in the church, and you just never thought like I never thought I would be bi, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
I grew up in Utah, and there was no bisexual. There wasn't even any gay people in my high school.
Yeah.
And let alone bisexual. What was kind of like exploring with that first? Because you said you didn't ever think so. Yeah. For me, I started kissing my girlfriends.
Yeah.
I didn't really identify as gay. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah.
But I did. I kissed all of my girlfriends. Like, it was like, oh yeah, we've all kissed.
Yeah.
And then like I started kind of like slowly more exploring and playing, and realized that I really like it, and I like the feminine energy, and I'm kind of more dominant with women, and I kind of like that. Yeah. So yeah, I'd love to hear.
I would say that I never thought we were gonna get into it, but because me and my husband, we get on like apps and stuff, and he'd be like, "What do you think about her? What do you think about her? Like, we should do this and do that," and it would be like very overwhelming.
Oh, okay.
But once he stepped back and let me pick out the girl, and I could vibe with the girl, then like it was hot, and like the sex was fire. But if it wasn't, if like he picked her out, then I would be like a little cautious. But when it came to the ones I picked out and I vibed with, then it was just amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Tip right here. Yeah. Let the women pick out the women.
Yes, because we know.
Based on their chemistry, based on their vibe, based on their energy. Also, we as women, we know if they're just there to fuck your man, or if they're actually there to like connect with you,
exactly,
and like enjoy it and be like a friend and like a supporter. Versus you can tell. It's like, why cannot these guys tell when it's like a woman that's after your man or really uncomfortable or like makes you feel threatened?
Yeah, because nobody wants, like when you have a threesome with a woman, nobody wants to be the one that's just like over there. They want to be like in the middle of it, and especially when it comes to your like your first couple of times, you want to make sure that like you're vibing with the woman and the guy's just kind of there, you know, and then he can like, and then we can like kind of invite him, and him like kind of like take a step back, and like we invite him in and do what we want done.
Yeah. Okay. So let the women choose, and then I want to hear like what happened when you first started hooking up with women. Was there jealousy? How did you deal with it?
I mean, there wasn't so much jealousy. Like, at first it took me a while, so this is interesting. It took me a while because I was fine with, like, the hooking up, but also, too, my husband's a very, like, cuddler, and so I wasn't okay with that at first. Yeah. But it took me a little bit. But then I realized, like, he does need aftercare, and he likes that, and I just have to know that going into that. Yeah.
And having that compersion.
Yeah, compersion, and,
So compersion is when you feel happy about your partner feeling good. Yeah. You take your fucking ego out of it, and you are happy about them feeling happy. So it's really difficult. I will say I was fine also with one of my partners he was fucking other women, and we like played together, and it was fun. But it was one of the first times that he really connected with the woman. I blew my shit. I did.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I'm used to you just like fucking and like not really connecting, but then he was like looking into her eyes and like connecting, and it made me so jealous because it made me like fearful that they were connecting on a different level, or that like maybe replacing. You have these thoughts. Yeah. So we had to talk them out. I had to really understand, and then honestly, what may help other people is he did communicate with me like, I'm not going to replace you. Yes. This is you. These people are fun, but I do want to connect and enjoy them and make them feel good too. Yeah. Where, you don't have a threesome, foursome, whatever, and then like blow your shit. You have to like take your cool, talk about it later.
Yeah. And it took me a while for him to realize that like, yeah, he can get off anywhere, but like we're all here for the experience. Yeah. And you want to feel connected to that person at some point. It doesn't have to be fully, but like at some point you want to be like, have that connection because it makes the sex hotter. Yeah. Yes.
You want to connect. You want to have good sex. You want to watch them have good sex. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to get into it. Yeah. So we met at Illuminaughty. Yeah. How long have you been a part of that?
That was my first party.
Ah, mine too.
Yeah. That was my first party. No, I was just vacationing here, and they invited us to the party, and we didn't know what to think of it because we've only been up to Portland and done that scene, and I loved it. It's amazing.
Okay, Illuminaughty. What did you like about it? Tell us.
Oh, it was just like such a classy atmosphere. I mean, the location was great, and it was cool because like everybody socialized before. Like you got to know everybody, and like before you guys even played, or because like a lot of times you go to play parties and they're just like people are playing here, like right off the bat. It was nice to like everybody socialize and get to know each other, so you felt that comfort level. So when things got very spicy, it was just awesome. It was even hotter.
Yeah, I've actually never been to a play party that doesn't do that.
Really?
Yeah, they've all been more of this like upper class, like nice energy, nice vibes. There's usually like some performances or a show or like even like bondage or something going on, and then it like develops, which I do like because I like to feel connected with people before I have sex with them. And for people who don't give a fuck, you are also fucking fabulous too.
Yeah.
But for me, I like to connect first and like have a vibe.
Of course. And we definitely had that vibe. As soon as I met you, I knew this was gonna be a good night.
Yeah, okay, so I heard about the event from a group chat, and then I was like, you know what, I really want to go, but I'm alone, and I don't know anybody there, I don't know, no feedback, like none of my friends have been, but they got invited.
Yeah.
So I just got like invited through a friend, and so I like applied, and then I was like, oh shit, like it starts in an hour. I DM'd them and I was like, hey, I just applied. Can I come still?
Only an hour before?
It was at 6.
Are you serious?
It was at 6
that's
p.m.
crazy.
And I just was like, I need to trust my gut. Like, I really have this urge to go solo. And then I applied. I DM'd them. They're like, yeah, you can still go. And then I got ready and went.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And so what actually got me there was I looked at the Instagram. And I think you liked one of the pictures and you said you were going.
I did.
And so I was like, oh, she's cute. And I liked, like, you have blue hair, and I thought she was cute. And then I was like, okay, there's cute girls. And there was, like, another cute girl that, like, commented. And I was like, okay, there's cute girls. I can go. And then it was really fun. And I was like, oh, this is going to be weird being by myself. But I instantly ran into a friend that is in Skirt Club, which is, like, the bisexual women. And then, I just kind of, like, had fun. So tell us a little bit about the party.
What do you mean? Like, just like
before
know. Your time or after your time?
No, I want you to just say whatever you want to share, maybe when we met, before, anything.
I mean, it was, like, amazing. And, like, it was just, like, the best location. And, like, we get there, and, I mean, how could you not feel sexy walking into that mansion? It was amazing. There's so many beautiful women and some very good-looking men, that's for sure. It was really cool. There was a Cher's bed up there. Remember that?
Oh, that's Cher's bed?
Yeah. Like
that's Cher's bed. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Usually got it at a estate sale or something, but yeah. So I'm still gonna believe it's Cher's bed. So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Wait, did we fuck on Cher's bed or was it the other bed?
Well, we fucked on the stairs and then we went to Cher's bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is my favorite part. We have to. Okay. This is my favorite part. There's this. You walk in. It's a huge mansion. There's like, it's like, what, goldish? I don't know. There's like gold and cream and like.
Oh, it was crazy.
Really pretty.
Yeah. And beautiful lighting and yeah.
Yeah. And then there's this like big staircase that goes like crooked up to the second floor.
It was awesome.
And yeah. So I was talking to you because I was like, oh, you know what? I'm by myself. I need to go say hi to her and say like, oh, like you're part of why I'm here.
Yeah.
And then we just started talking. And then we, like, went up the stairs. I don't know if you pre-planned that, but we just, like, started walking up the stairs.
Well, I think I knew, like, once you said you were an Aries, right? And I was a Leo. Like, we like to put on a show. And, like, and I was like, why fuck there when we can fuck there? Like, we're only here. Look at the view. And it worked out great. It was awesome.
Yeah, so she did think of that ahead. And I was just, like, following them upstairs, thinking we were just going to go, like, watch other people. And then you guys sat down, and I was like, okay. And so I sat down, and then there's like 2, 4, 5 people having sex right there.
It was so hot, and it just like made you feel like, oh, so horny when you were just walking up the stairs. It was so
good.
Great.
And you just look down, and you can see like dick and fucking and sucking, and like just you can see really good visuals because you're looking down the staircase. That's and then like all of you just started like kissing me and like touching me, and then I was like, okay, this is great.
And it was getting like really hot, and I'm like, do you want to fuck over that balcony? And you're like, yes! And I was like, sweet!
Okay. Like, that's what happened. I was like, I don't know what got me to do that, but now I know.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was
She
like,
was the
we
instigator.
can look at that chandelier while we fuck. Does that sound good to you? And you're like, yeah. I'm like, sweet.
I was like,
And
yeah.
my husband's like, sweet. I love my wife.
Yeah, so we went upstairs and then I like bent over and then she's like underneath me and then we're having sex after he got a condom.
Yeah.
Condom.
Yeah. Protection. Always have protection.
Yes.
Yes.
Have protection. That's actually a rule.
Yeah.
Right? It's like in the lifestyle book of rules.
Yes.
Wear a condom.
Yes.
You don't want to be impregnating. She has kids and then impregnating some random chick like myself.
Yeah, that's
so,
that was one of my major fears getting into lifestyle.
Yeah.
So my husband is fixed, but that's just like an extra precaution because that could change your whole life. You gotta make sure you're safe. Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was the one that actually told him. That's why maybe he was a little bit not as on it. I don't know. I was
he's like
go get a condom.
He's very like into foreplay, and then he's like very into doing like he's very into pleasuring women, and then like last minute he'll be like, okay, like I'll fuck. Like he loves it, but he likes the build up.
No, I really like the build up too. Yeah. So I liked that, but I did get one time at a play party. One time a guy didn't care as much, and it was not good. Cause like, what? No, we're at a play party. You should always wear a condom. But he was new. Yeah, wear a condom.
Yeah. Pretty
Pretty much make it fucking clear that you're gonna wear a condom at a play party.
Yeah.
And even have it by your fucking pillow. Like, it's not like, oh yeah, maybe I could just slip it in. No.
No. Better get that shit ready, otherwise we're gonna call you on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, there we go.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm wondering, is there any circumstances that wait. I don't want to change the topic too much.
Okay.
What other favorite parts of that party did you enjoy?
I don't know. I just enjoyed like the women, like when we had a chance to just like all the women just like playing on the bed together. Like it was just so hot, and it was just like it just felt so like freeing, and like it was great. I loved the woman aspect. Like there was just so much feminine energy, and we were just like, I love your tits, you love my tits, and you're beautiful, and I'm beautiful, and like there was no like sometimes you expect you're like you go to those parties and you feel like self-conscious, but like that place you never did. Like everybody was just beautiful, and you're beautiful, and it's a great time. Yeah.
I love the parties that they make sure that there's more women than men, which actually most places do that are more organized, put together, you pay for it. They make sure there's more women. And before I came, I was like, oh, is this all couples? And they're like, no, there's about 12 single women. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I won't be like just the only single and then a bunch of couples and they're like, oh, unicorn, let's grab you. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, like, I honestly wasn't even sure we were gonna vibe that great. Like, you were just like, I like your hair, and I was like, yeah, thank you. And then we just did. But yeah, I wouldn't say we were just like hunching out a unicorn that night.
No.
Which was great because like we kind of got that, but it was expected.
It just unfolded.
Yeah.
It really did. Like, I didn't even know how, but now I know that you were like instigated it a little bit. But it was good. It was very organic and very natural.
Yeah.
And I felt safe.
Yeah.
It was exactly how I needed it because I'm not the instigator in that scenario. I'm not.
Yeah, and it's funny because like my husband's like very like he's shy, and he's like he wants to make sure he's not that jerk, like, and has that energy like trying to pressure. So like he just kind of like lets me to like. So I try to like feel out the women, like, are you okay? Do you feel good? Like, is it okay if he touches you?
Yeah,
like
she did that.
Yeah, make sure like consent's a huge thing in lifestyle.
Yeah, which is why I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm finally dating more in the lifestyle. Where I'm going to these parties, I'm going to these events, and I'm like being more open with even a poly person. And what I'm finding is it's actually triggering because there's so much more communication. There's so much more care for the woman, for me, for my pleasure. And whereas I've been living my whole fucking life dating, and I'm realizing now, this is hard, I'm realizing now that my pleasure was never prioritized.
Yeah. Yes.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, so I went this whole time without any man what I'm learning is that I always prioritize myself and they prioritize themselves.
Yeah.
So sex was great. Sex was good, but it wasn't me prioritizing them or they prioritizing me.
Yeah. Well, I think that they're very, like, when guys are in the lifestyle, they're very, like, secure, and they have their amazing partner, and they can do that all the time. So it's not, they're just not just trying to just make it fast or just prioritize themselves. They're actually, like, you know, for the women, and they want to take care of the women, and they like the experience. So it's like a whole different,
So different. So much more communication. So different.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
What would you say for tips for anybody who's trying to maybe get into the lifestyle, go to a party, you know, just any tips, especially if they're married or coupled, whatever it is?
I would just say, like, as people freak out when they say, like, we're gonna go to, like, a lifestyle party. They just freak out. They think everybody's just gonna just be so horny, and they're just gonna grab them, and they're just gonna fuck. Like, you literally, lifestyle parties, I feel like, are the best, because you can just go there and you can just hang out. You can watch. You can even just do stuff with each other and learn that and just be in the atmosphere. My problem is I started off on, like, some of the apps or whatever, and, like, a lot of times people just, like, want to meet at a hotel room and stuff, and me, I'm very, very demisexual, so, like, you have to get to know me and, like, know my story, and then I kind of get, like, you know, horny off of that, and, like, because we're vibing so well, you know what I mean? So I feel like for me personally, it's better for me to go to a party and then just experience everything, and if I meet somebody I vibe with, great in person. But sometimes you meet people on apps, and then all of a sudden you're not the same in person, you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you do go on apps, make sure that you meet in a public place. Always make sure that you can walk away. Don't get a hotel room and then feel like you're obligated and put yourself in that situation because they got the hotel room. Don't do that. Yeah.
Did that happen before?
Kinda. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to share?
There was this time where we met this guy, like, when we're getting into the lifestyle, we met this guy that we were talking to a long time. We got a hotel room, and it was great at first. He did have a hard time performing just because of all the pressure built up, and so it's always that awkwardness of, like, I gotta go, or, like, this isn't gonna work out, and they kind of feel bad about themselves. But, like, if we're at a play party, they could have just been like, oh, that was great, thank you, and, like, walked outside and had a different experience, and we could have walked away. But it is very awkward when you do meet, like, at a hotel like that.
You want to meet and kind of get their vibe, maybe go to get drinks or dinner. And especially for women, like, I would much rather meet people, and I don't like having any expectations. I think that's a big thing, is zero expectations, and that will help me let go of mine. Because I met you, there was no expectations. They weren't like, oh, let's go upstairs and fuck. I would have been like,
yeah, me too.
I gotta go.
Me too. It's just like when you walk upstairs and then you feel that and you're like, oh, this is hot. Then you experience it. But, like, we were already vibing, and we actually sat in the hot tub before we went upstairs.
Oh, yeah.
We did. And so, like, we were vibing there, and then it kind of worked into that. So it was great.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't remember. I'm very forgetful. So sorry, guys. So what do you feel? Have you ever been jealous at a play party or with people? What do you do? So let's first start there.
I think there's sometimes that, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, everybody gets jealous at some point.
Yeah.
I do sometimes will have like, me and him don't have, like, rules per se. Usually we kind of give each other, like a gesture. We kind of have our own, like, code language, so we don't get ourselves in situations. But there has been times where, like, we're at a play party, we say we don't have any rules, and then, like, you still, like, walk in and you see something happening that you weren't ready, and sometimes it takes your mind just shock value. It's not that it wasn't okay, but it's just like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. You know what I mean? And it takes you a minute, and then, like, once you're fine, that's like, everything's good. He's still coming back to me. We're gonna have a great time, and it just takes him to come to me and comfort me, for me to be like, okay, we're good, I'm good, you're good, and we're good. Let's have fun.
So what do you do to come down in those circumstances? Like, what do you do?
I think I just have, like, you can tell everything in my eyes. So he just kind of knows, and he's just like, we're really good at, like, he's really good at picking up on that, and then just coming to comfort me and be like, hey, are you okay? I love you. You're so hot. Like, you know, and then we just kind of play with each other for a little bit and see how the vibe is. And if we feel like we're okay, then we still hang out and play. If not, then we just pay attention to each other and have our own experiences the rest of the night and go home and get French fries, and it's a great time.
Okay, it's reassurance.
Yeah, reassurance is key.
Reassurance is very key. I will say what helped me get into the lifestyle, feel safe in the lifestyle, not get as jealous, and really come back to myself is knowing with what he told me and reassured me, like, he's not trying to replace me. There is no replacement. I'm there, and then these are our fun. So I will say that for me, that conversation stuck with me ever since we had it. So anytime I got stressed or jealous, which it does come up, we're fucking human.
Yes.
And then I came back to that.
Yeah. Like, our thing is just like, we're together, you know, forever, and everybody else is just a bonus.
Yeah.
And you just have to think like that. It's just, everybody's a bonus, this is fun, but we're always going to be together.
And then another tip is talk about it later.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but if emotions arise and, like, you get jealous, what I've found is that don't bring it up then. You're at a play party, you're at, like, it could cause, like, disagreements and, like, really change the vibe with even the person that you're with. What do you think about that? I learned to talk about it, like, later.
You talk about it later? I think it's, like, it's so funny because, like, when we go to Portland and stuff, there's an actual, like, very high-end club. Okay. And so, like, our thing is, like, let's go to the lockers and talk.
Ooh,
and
okay.
so that gives us a chance to, like, talk things out. We'll be like, oh, I need to go grab something out of the lockers or whatever. And that gives us a chance to be like, are you on the same level or do we need to leave? And at that point, like, we can figure that out. And a lot of times we get our stuff figured out. But you do need that time to talk to your partner after something goes on so that you feel like you're on the same page sometimes.
Yeah. Share your vulnerable issues.
Yeah.
Say maybe why you're feeling that.
Yeah.
That's what I learned is why am I feeling insecure? Why am I feeling this? Do I think they're going to leave me? Do I think I'm threatened? And sharing those vulnerable things.
Yeah. And at first, like, I think I had a hard time with being, like, a mom of, like, 3 kids and just, like, seeing all those girls that haven't had kids. And then, like, yeah, like, being a mom, you know, I do have stretch marks. I do have, you know, a little bit of a mom tummy. But having him be like, no, like, MILFs are hot. You're the hottest thing ever on this planet. You had my 3 beautiful kids. And let's go fucking get some pussy, you know? And, like, we're like, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, you remember that time? That was so hot. You know, remember this? Like, that was so hot. I seen you up there dancing at a cage at a party. Like, I can't get that image out of my head. And then we just go on about our time. Yeah.
I love that you said that. And honestly, I think great men, like your husband, they're like, you're my fucking wife and you gave me 3 children. I find you sexier.
Yeah, it's like you're hotter because of this. Like, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. What other parts of that party or any other party, like, do you have, like, a crazy, awesome scene or circumstance? I would love to hear it.
Oh, I'm on the spot.
Take a second.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the spotlight.
Okay.
I'm like, you need more light.
It took me a while, but, like, at Pravada, like, one of our clubs, there is a giant bed where everybody will watch you while you have sex.
Okay.
And I never thought I could ever do that. Like, ever. But we met, like, the first time ever going to the club, we met our best friends, Caleb and Chelsea, and they're absolutely amazing. And it took us, like, I don't think I could just do it with anybody, but since that they've been such a good people in our life, and we've had experience with them, like, in front of people and whatnot, that they were the people that I chose on my 29th birthday to go have that experience with. And it was great because we were all so connected. Like, if anybody, like, were, like, lost it for a second or was, like, nervous about something, like, we all reassured each other. We had our own, like, you know, sign language and code and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was amazing. And people were talking about how hot we were and like, just kind of talking the whole time about everything. And it was really hot. And, like, I finally got to the point where, like, you can make eye contact with everybody and, like, see what's going on. And it was really hot. It was, like, a different level of confidence. And it was great.
Okay, what did you guys do?
Well, we had a foursome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, was that your first foursome?
No.
First.
It was just my first foursome in front of people.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
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 Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and so it was interesting. I mean, like, people were, like, up there close. Like, there was times where, like, I'd be holding onto a railing and somebody putting their drink there and, like, how you doing? Like, great. And, like... And
I'm just getting fucked.
Yeah, and there was a time where people were, like, you know, just, like, one time, my husband and one of our good friends were doing stuff, and this girl was just talking like, oh, fuck her hard, and my husband's like, they're like, can you just like please be quiet, like we're trying to enjoy this moment here, and it's like, don't worry, I will, like, you know, there's just a lot of stuff that like runs through, you know what I mean?
Oh my god, that's funny.
Yeah.
And
so you had to deal with a lot of that, and you had to deal with a lot of like, you know, just people getting all up in there, and it was great.
Okay. I like that. I will. Oh my god, I'm so ADHD. Okay, so I go bloop 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 bloop. I'm going back to the party. So the Illuminaughty party. By the way, that's hot, and I'm just thinking of so many things. And okay. So after we had sex and on the balcony, we went into the bedroom, and there's like, I don't know, 6 people on the bed. There's like 1, 2. There's at least 2, 3.
There was like 2 couples.
Like 2 couples.
And like 3 or 4 girls.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah.
And then I was like, okay. So I go there and I'm single. I haven't had sex for like weeks. So like I actually went into the party, no expectations.
Yeah.
I don't usually like to hit up guys. I actually feel safer when there's couples. And so I can not hook up with some really horny dude that just wants to fuck me. I actually feel safer hooking up with a couple.
Yeah, of course. Yes. And the wife has probably trained them, so they have to be respectful. You know what I mean? Like I trained my husband good. He better not fail when it comes to treating women right. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so I feel like when it's just like man, woman, sometimes I just can't. I just get too of the feeling of like expectation or like desire or like too horniness.
Yeah.
And so when I got there and I met you guys, I felt like safe. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm horny. I haven't had sex in a minute. So I was like, okay, yeah, let's have sex. And I don't feel like so, what is it, used or anything?
Yes, I know what you mean.
You know what you mean?
Yeah, you're not just, exactly.
Yeah, so.
You got to be like our like prized possession. Like we were going to take care of you. We were going to make sure you were taken care of. Like that was like our thing, was making sure like you had pleasure. Like how cool is that, you know? Yeah.
I did like that.
Yeah.
But there was a point on the bed, which I've worked through this, but when he's fucking me and you kind of like left and I'm like, oh, I really want this because I haven't had sex in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, no, like it's fine. So this is what's going through my head, so we can talk about it. But what's going through my head is like, oh, she's fine. They've done this for a little bit. She like walked through. We're good. So yes, some circumstances can be different, and you can tell the wife or the spouse is like jealous, and it can definitely make you feel weird. But for me, I was like, no, we already like talked and we communicated, and they feel really good, and they've been married for a long time.
Yeah.
This is fine. So I had to like let go and like just like receive and be in my element.
Which is really cool because my husband did say that, like, he's like, is your wife okay? Like, no, like, we're good. Like, and I was like, you guys have some fun. Like, I'm going to go get some water. Yeah, go to the restroom, fix my hair. Like, we're good. I'll come back. I'll join in. No worries.
And I think what also helped my brain relax was that I've already done that, and I've been the main person.
Yeah.
Like, me and my partner, we did that a lot.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I was like, I get this every day.
Yeah.
Like, I can have you every day. Like, enjoy yourself. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah, no, my husband was like smiling ear to ear when he had you. He was like, this is great and this is awesome. And I'm like, his confidence is going to be so good when he leaves there. It's like, it's great. Like, I love seeing him. Like, I have compersion for him. He's like, this is great. Like, I was just like, expected. Like, obviously, we would love to have a girl that night. Were we expecting it? No. We were maybe expecting a couple, but like, it's always fun when you get like that one-on-one time with a girl. It's great.
Yeah. No, I went in with zero expectations. I even went to the point where I was like, okay, I'm going to go out by myself. And what helped me go out was, I'm going to go out, and if it's lame, I'll just leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I could go for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I don't feel anybody, I can leave. So, honestly, I just thought I would go home by myself, and I was okay with that.
Yeah.
There was no expectation. Mm-hmm. And then when things just flowed, and then flowed, and then flowed, I was like, oh, shit, this was a great night. And I think the lack of expectation really helped.
Yes, I agree. And we want to make sure we always want to check in with you, make sure you're comfortable, because you aren't just like ours for the night. You can have other experiences. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys like popped my cherry, and then I was like, you know what?
Now I'm good. Now maybe I'm not so shy anymore at this party.
Yes. We even went into, I don't know. What was one of your favorite parts? I want to hear.
I don't know. It's so hard to beat the stairs.
But stairs was my favorite part.
It was so hard to beat the stairs, but I also loved it, like, round 2 when we went up there with just, like, all the women. And then I loved, like, it was at one point my husband did go off with another girl, and me and you were alone, and then I was like, I never had, like, I have been, you know, bi for a while, and I've had a lot of experience with my husband, but I never had an experience by myself. And so I asked you, and then me and you went and had our own experience in another room, which was really hot.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm even blushing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need those, like,
Yeah.
solo experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to a whole different room.
Yes.
And, like, played, and, like, I was, like, relaxed. Like, I've already gotten off several times at this point. So I'm like, I want to give you pleasure, relax, have fun.
Well, that's great because, like, when you're already there, like, you're already, like, super horny, which is great because, like, me personally, I would never just, like, call over a girl and just be like, let's have that experience. But since we were already there and we were already, like, naked, like, it's great. And yeah, I vibed with you, so just, like, it flowed. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So that probably had to been, like, my highlight was, like, that. Like, that was another cool experience I never got to experience before. Yeah.
Yay! Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
I have some great memories of that party. And it was because I had zero expectations. And I will say, I went there, and in my head, I was like, oh, I'm not really, like, attracted to any men. Because, honestly, I'm not instantly attracted to men.
Yeah.
I'm more, like, the vibe, the energy. I'm kind of demisexual. So, like, I have to have some type of energetic feeling. And so I was just like, oh, I probably won't have sex.
Yeah.
And then I had sex with 2 people.
Yes, it was hot. And there was one time where I'm leaving and you were having sex with that one really hot guy. And I was like, bye girl, see you later. Yeah. And gave her a kiss and she was like, see ya. And
I think I was getting fucked.
Yeah, you were. And I was like, this is hot. So I made out with you for a second. It was great. And then I was like, see ya.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm going to share the story. So I think I had some clothes. I had my lingerie on again. And there was this guy, and he was just like, his dick was looking at me.
Oh, I think he looked at everybody that night.
Yeah. And I was just like, it was still hard, and obviously he was probably on some stimulants.
Something.
Some Viagra or something, and I was
If
just
not, like, I want to know what, because that was great.
No, he told me.
Yeah.
I was like, so, you're on something, right? And he's like, yeah. Like, because it wasn't going down.
It wasn't going down.
So I was just like, hi. And I, like, looked at him, and, like, he was hot. And then we started kissing, and then I was like, okay. And then, like, we started fucking on the couch, because we went over to the couch, and then she comes past me, and I'm, like, getting fucked, and she, like, kisses me goodbye. And I'm like,
Having a great time. Like, live your best life, girl. Live your best life.
Oh, my God. I was having so much fun. So that was great. That was great.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. So do you have any last tips before we go, or about the party, or for any married people coming into the lifestyle with kids?
I think the best thing that, like, you could ever do is, like, when you go to parties or whatever is, like, obviously communication, but make sure you guys have, like, a certain sign you give each other for certain incidences. Like, also, like, if I'm getting too jealous, like, I might, like, be like for a second, be like, or, like, I'm not ready with that girl yet, maybe I, like, squeeze his arm, or, like, certain things, because, like, you can't really talk about things, and, like, your energy and level when you're at these parties, it's hard to, like, say what you want, or you're worried about hurting the other person. So, like, by just giving that signal, it's like him be like, okay, I am horny, this girl's hot, but I understand where you're going with this, or, like, the same thing, or maybe I'm not really comfortable with this guy, or whatever. Like, it's just good that you guys have that communication, and you can even be able to, like sometimes, you know, just be like, yeah, we're good, you know, across the room or whatnot, so that, and it makes you feel like you're connected, even though you're with somebody else at that point in time. And I feel like that's really helped me.
It really has.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And just, like, those signs.
Those
like,
signs.
grabbing the arm, like...
Yeah.
With the look.
Yeah. And then there's certain times where he's, like, winking at me, and I'm like, yeah, you're fucking hot. And it's great, and we have that communication. Yeah.
What has being in the lifestyle and experiencing different people done for your relationship?
Oh, it's, like, our communication has been just spot on. Doesn't matter if it's going from, like, what restaurant we're going to eat that night, or whatever, like, our communication, or with family, or whatever, like, our communication is just spot on now. And then also, too, like, our jealousy, and that's kind of, like, let go. Yeah, like, I just feel like we're just better people in general. And then also, too, our sex is fire. Because we have all these hot things to bring up during sex. Like, we used to maybe, like, watch porn, and now our porn is in our head.
Yes!
And we don't even have to, like, look on our phone. We can just be like, remember that time? He's like, yeah. And, like, we're good. Like, it's great. Yeah.
No, that's kind of what me and my last partner did. He would be like, I don't even watch porn anymore.
Yeah. And it's great because it's like he could, but he chooses not to because I've given him every experience like you could possibly imagine. And he's just like, it's great.
You just got to bring it up, and he just
visualizes
bring it up,
and he's like, it's great. Yes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. My partner did that too. He was like, yeah, I don't even watch porn anymore. I just watch our videos because we did record a lot of videos. And I was like, yeah, I like being your porn star.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why not become his porn star, you know?
Yeah. And be fun and have some Persian. Oh, I love that. Mm-hmm. All right. Any last things for, I don't know if they're scared about kids or they're scared about their marriage falling apart. What I hear most is that they're afraid that their partner's going to leave them and find somebody else. Do you have anything to say about that? This is like the juiciest part. I hear this so often.
I feel like, okay, so this is the thing that's helped me overcome all this, and it's like in a really weird analogy, but
turn it on you.
Yeah. So our relationship is like we built this pie, and I say like it's a blueberry pie, right? And I was afraid that when someone would come into the lifestyle, they would take a piece of our pie, and I would have less pie. Okay, and that kind of freaked me out for a while. But now I realize there's more pie to be made. And I have the freshest blueberries because I have my husband who we have kids with. We've been together forever. We have all these different experiences. But I can make pie with other people and it can have different ingredients, but it's never going to be the same pie as my pie. And that's what like helped me is like I can love other people, but it's not going to be the same love as our love. And I think as long as you reassure your partner that, you guys won't have any more problems. I know you might have to reassure him a couple times, but in the end, like as long as you guys come together and you realize that nothing could come between you guys because you've already baked that pie and put all those ingredients in it, and yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Oh,
yeah,
I love that.
And it's gonna be the juiciest pie ever, and you'll remember how good that pie is if you just let it go and let other people make their pie, and then you appreciate your own pie.
Yeah. I think that's what I really felt too with my last relationship is when people ask me that question, I was like, why don't you feel stable in your relationship?
Yeah.
Like, why do you feel that someone could just take that? You should have that sturdy foundation that what you bring and what you guys are together is not comparable to somebody that you just fuck or even build like a like or
and they
connection.
Might have a connection, but it's not gonna be the same connection as you. They might have like a fun connection, like maybe we try different stuff in the bedroom that maybe you don't want to try, but like I like that, and sometimes like we'll be like, he's like, I don't really like that, but you can do it with that guy, or you can do it with that girl, or whatever, and like, you get to live all the stuff you wanted to in life, but you have the trust your partner that you're always gonna come home to, which is great.
Yeah. So I think the takeaway is to really build that sturdy foundation. You should feel that. Yes. You need to have those talks, those communication, that reassurance before you explore. Yes. Yeah, because
if you're going to have problems, like if you have problems now, it's only going to enhance the problems later.
Yeah.
Your communication has to be good. You have to be very sturdy. You have to reassure each other all the time. If you don't have that, or you feel, too jealous or whatnot, like you guys gotta take it little by little until you feel comfortable, for sure.
Yeah. And then last thing is, one of the ladies that DM'd me when I was posting this, she said, what about the double standard? Where most women, they do kind of like get pressured into it, and then it's men and they play with women, and then it's like, oh, but you can't play with guys.
I think it just takes I think you just need to make that a thing from the front. Is like, if you're going to do stuff with the women, I do want to have my experiences with men. And if they can't handle that, then it's not going to go well. Because there's times where I've had more experiences with men at a certain point in our journey. There's times we have more experience with women. But if you expect to be like, you're having a man and if you have this man, I'm going to have several women or whatnot, it's not going to go well.
Yeah. The trying to keep it even.
Yeah.
It's not even, it's different.
Yes.
And it does change.
And sometimes there might be more women that you flow with versus men, or more men that you flow with at a certain time than there is women. But as long as you know that and you're not just keeping score, you'll be fine.
Don't keep score.
Don't keep score.
Yeah. It's not even, it's different. It can be balanced.
Yes.
I did not have the same amount of men that I had women with our relationship.
Yeah.
It was like this.
Yeah.
But it was different.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to be even Stevens, because I was fine with that. I liked having just a couple people, men, and then there was lots of women. Yeah. And I was fine, and that's what I liked, and like we found balance within that. Yeah. But it was very different. Like there's just, you can't be even Stevens. It's not like, oh, you pay for this, I pay for this. Oh, I pay for this, I pay for this. Where women and men were different.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And
okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Awesome. Well, any last words or anything you want to share?
No, I'm just happy to be here on your podcast. I'm so glad I had that experience with you. It was absolutely amazing. I have a new friend in Orange County, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm excited for, hopefully we'll have some more podcasts in the future.
Yay! Great. All right. Well, thank you guys. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe, share, and follow both of us. So if you don't already follow me, Sexy Biz Babe, and tell them where they can find you.
The Blue Bi Wife. I'm on Instagram. I just started that a couple months ago, but on TikTok is where I started. So yes, follow me, The Blue Bi Wife. Yes.
Yes, go check her out. The links will be in the bio. And thank you guys. Let me know what you thought. If you have any questions, I can answer them on future episodes. Be nice in the comments, but I love you.